Hello and welcome everyone to week 3, I think, of the VBLS VGC Battle League standard format. I am facing one of the all-time greats, and the person who is, even money, still my predicted victor this series. So, I'm still betting on James Dolphin Bell, who I'm playing against, to be the overall winner. He's had some very close games against some of the toughest opponents in the league so far. So while the numbers aren't necessarily up there, I definitely think the quality of play absolutely has been up there. The team he has is absolutely terrifying. Super wide. Look, obviously we've discussed it in the power ranking things. We discussed. Actually, did we discuss any of his Pokemon? Yeah, well, Mulga in the low tier thing with Sam. And yeah, I'm not so much worried about the Emolga, but I've still respected it a bit. But SABLEYE and Hippo are like the two main terrifying Pokemon, and then Komoro is really good, and then Noivan is solid. Stoutland is spooky enough that I have to respect it, and then Trick Room is scary. And Omastar's, maybe, I'm not really respecting Omastar, probably not respecting enough. But basically, like, my thought process is, in terms of my general prep here, is that there are two Pokemon that I'm gonna have to have Pokemon that just will buy it if I want to have be able to deal with the rest of their modes, which means that I need all my other Pokemon to be able to deal significant damage to it. So that was like the thought process I went for. So Thundurus is walled by Komoro, Weather Ball, Bulletproof doesn't work on, and Thunderbolt it does resist. Also, Weather Ball in Sand is resisted, Weather Ball in Rain is resisted, and Weather Ball in Sun, if I were to run Sunny Day instead, would also be resisted. So I went for trying to make the rest of my Pokemon hit it pretty hard. So we've got Close Combat with Surf Edged, we've got the Dragon Pulse and the Psychic and the Icy Wind, but mostly the Dragon Pulse and Psychic, which is Solitude boosted on Lanias, obviously Moonblast on Rabombi, Ice Beam on Sharpedo, and Play Rough on Lycanroc. And the Rabombi is walled by the Tentacruel, so I have the Expert Belt Psychic Fangs. Yes, I know it's the 0 attack version of Sharpedo. Edge on Lycanroc is good enough damage. Psychic, Thunderbolt, and Double Edge specifically for that and Emolga, because they resist CC, and First Impression doesn't hit them like it does. But also Edge is decent damage into basically everything. With Scrappy, it means that SABLEYE is also hit by Edge and CC. Yeah, SABLEYE's disruption is really annoying, so I just kind of have gone for full-out offense. If they're spending a turn faking one of my Pokemon out, I want to be spending that turn KOing one of their Pokemon before they get to move, ideally. That's, like for a pre-offense, and then this is kind of like an anti-Trick Room sort of thing. Like a crit CC isn't even guaranteed to Oko Boldor, which is just a sign of how good Boldor is. I'm pretty sure that's just max HP as well, not even physically defensive. So, I'm not super chuffed about that. I considered Leaf Blade as coverage for this mon, because it's a guaranteed crit, because +3 is guaranteed and regular is only 50%. Sorry, +2 is only 50%, but I didn't think it was worth dropping the moves that I had for these two for it. Icy Wind is speed control if they do wind up being able to get the Tailwind set up, despite the fact that I have Prankster Taunt, despite the fact that I have a faster Pokemon that Oko's with Life Orb. Obviously they can have a berry to get around that. Theoretically they could Mental Herb, but I'm not necessarily expecting it. I imagine this is more a situation where I've led something that isn't Rabombi next to Thundurus, and then they fake me out. I'm honestly really not sure what of their Pokemon will be coming. I don't expect a Emolga. I don't super expect Omastar, but it could be coming. Realistically, I think most of these could come. Maybe not Blossom, maybe Omastar, but I'm definitely expecting these two. Hippo's a mon that kind of lives and dies on matchup on this team, but I do think it's a matchup against me where it weeks. So definitely considering it. Hey. Hello, friend. Let's get the challenge underway. I was just about to ask him to make sure, because it's been, well, I mean, like an entire day since I've watched his last post, so I'd forgotten his. I wasn't sure if it was just the name, but it is just the name. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm working on getting like a VTuber model so that I can have some visuals going on from my side. Okay, Omastar and Boldor. Omastar and Boldor, eh? This is super sand. Okay, no Uxie. So this seems kind of like, almost like Quash meta, you know? Strong Pokemon next to Sableye. Quash and get a KO. Sort of deal. So yeah, the idea of Sharpedo is I've got Rain Dance for Sharpedo and Rain so that it does damage, and then I can also Weather Ball through Hippo, and it also disrupts sand. They didn't bring a Rock Resist. They didn't bring Komodo. Okay. They brought one Fighting Resist. Surf Edge is pretty good. Latias is alright. They only brought one of their Water Resists, so the Rain Sharpedo seems really strong. They didn't bring Tentacruel. Okay, that's interesting. I think Latias lost. I just want to be able to keep up like special offense pressure into this relatively more physically defensive team. The Swift Swim Omastar could be a problem. So Stoutland, obviously, it could be Intimidate, it could be Scrappy. I wouldn't necessarily expect Scrappy because Crunch is better into Pumpkaboo anyways. And of course, vacuuming is happening while I'm recording my YouTube video. It's just one full array of feelings and interactions. Yeah, I've had less ability to prep for this than I would have liked. Work had me pretty under the pump, and it's my big assignment's due this week, so I've been working on that. And wow. Okay, it definitely seems like Quash meta. I don't have Protect on this. I forgot about that. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm getting faked out. I want to Rain Dance and Protect. I don't really want to Rain Dance, to be honest. I kind of just want to Thunderbolt the Boldor and Protect. Go Intimidate Stoutland's Trust. No reason not to bluff Defiant, right? I'm covering for Sturdy, sorry. I just realized I didn't like verbalize what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to cover for Sturdy. I am pretty sure that their thought process here is that they can Quash and Rock Blast or Rebombi. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. 2 hits? Yep, 2 hits. I'm gonna Rain Dance and Scald. Yeah, not having protect hurts. I guess you could switch and scold. Okay, what are you pulling on here? Huh, interesting. I'm just gonna double the Bulldor slot. I could switch Thunderous, but I don't want to. And we have Thunderbolt in case they switch in Weather Ball on. Sorry, Hippo. Into not that slot, because I don't expect them to switch Hippo into that slot. Okay, so we see Fake Out and Wisp. Oh, they're even sturdy. Well, thanks for the good news. Now, I don't think Ioko, even in rain, I don't think Ioko Stoutland. Yeah. To be honest though, I still want to Rain Dance. Just, I'm kind of expecting them to... Actually, does that even make sense? I don't think it makes that much sense. I'm gonna Rain Dance, expecting them to switch Sableye out into Hippo right now. I'm gonna Scold in the Stoutland slot. Crit, but no burn. That's an interesting combination there. I'm gonna Weather Ball into the Hippo and Icy Wind, and if Icy Wind connects, I should be able to take a KO between two. I'm not sure if Hippo will get picked up, but I do still have Robombi in the back. And Icy Wind should at least serve to give me some speed control. I think I have to double the Hippo slot here. Dragon Pulse covers for whatever I'm thinking. I don't remember, clearly. They haven't revealed Quash. I don't think they should be able to get 2 KOs here. So I'm just gonna double the Stoutland slot. My Thunderous is relatively bulky, so if they were max speed Stoutland, it would be faster, which is interesting. I don't think it is though. But it should still not Latias first anyways. I should be Thunderbolting. No, I shouldn't be, right? Because Weather and Stab do the same damage difference, but... yeah. Weather and Stab are the same... Sorry, Rain and Stab are the same multiplier. So 100 is just stronger than 90. GG. I think that Sableye is a mon that can really... make you, it has a lot of options, and sometimes you can get baited into bringing the wrong ones. I'm not sure what the Sableye's last move is, but Fake Out Wisp and Leer is not something I really feel pressured to respect, and The fact that it hasn't foul played at any point is probably good for me, even with minus defense. I'm definitely regretting not having Protect, but I'm also not that much because I'm kind of expecting them to lead Noiva in game 2. So Taunt's pretty good, and we saw what dividends Thunderbolt and Weather Ball has paid. Yeah, this is a similar thing I was talking about to Jordan recently. When you have a Pokemon that's just support moves, it doesn't matter how good the support moves are. If the partner Pokemon is KO'd, I kind of expect Omastar to come in this batch. I think I want to lead Thundurus again. What do I add? Rabombi to the lead, and then bring Sharpedo and Surfish in the back. I think it's important whenever you have a defensive support mod to still have one attacking move on them that isn't fake out. Yeah, I guess if they had an extra Rock Blast hit, the Thundurus would have been KO'd, but I didn't even bring, like, Rabombi didn't even hit the field that game. Okay, I definitely want Sharpedo, because again, one water resist and it dies to ice move. So it's just a question of Lycanroc, which is play rough, not Endeavor, because they didn't fit Endeavor. It is Sash, but I wanted Endeavor for Hippo, but I couldn't really fit it. Or Latias or Surfetch. I think I'm just gonna go Latias as well. The speed tier is solid. I'm definitely wishing I had Energy Ball on Latias here, because I'm pretty sure the Omastar's got pretty good Spit F. Yeah. I mean, look, I'm getting faked out in the Thundurus slot for sure. So I'm kind of wishing I actually had Sharpedo. Well, I think my play, regardless, is to double the Star slot. Oh, a weak arm. Okay, that's cool. Which slot did they go into? They missed. Sorry. Sorry, man. That really sucks. Oh, I feel really bad about that. Wow, Feint is interesting. I don't think I clicked Protect that game. I did once. Don't want. And then they didn't attack into that slot anyway. Right? Like, I didn't Protect with Latias. Thundurus didn't have Protect, and Rebombi didn't hit the field, so I clicked Protect once. Yeah, no, that sucks. I think they died to Thundurus there regardless. Yeah. Did you have a card? Okay, well, actually, no, I shouldn't tell them to reveal prep now. It's like the game hasn't started yet. I'm gonna taunt the Noivern and Moonblast the Sableye. I'm kind of expecting the Noivern just to go for Tailwind here, and I'm kind of expecting it to be Sash or Roselli Berry for Moonblast. It's not like they have a Fairy Resist to go into, so the damage that Rebombi's getting is going to be good. I don't think I ever lose to Rebombi getting KO'd here. Interesting. Alright, let's see what Sableye's taking. Okay, it's Sash, but it dies to Sand, so not really all that Sash, right? Yeah, I mean, that's why I ran Sash on Lycanroc instead of on any of my other Pokemon. I wanted a Sash Pokemon that actually, you know, like, didn't die. Okay, I think the most important thing to do is here is Toy Nova, and I kind of expect the Nova to protect, so I'm just going to Moonblast into the Hippo. It did not protect. Wow, that Hippo is bulky. Is it AV? It's only showing Crunch, so I would have guessed not AV. Also, there's leftovers. Generally a good indication when something is not Assault Vest. Alright, I'm just gonna protect to try while I get rain up. Okay. Oh, they doubled me. That's cool. I'm gonna Weather Ball that slot and Ice Beam the Nova. They haven't protected at any point, which is confusing to me. You know what? That wasn't the Pokemon I expected to protect this time. I'm just very confused by how James played these two games, because I feel like he had really good prep, and look, I've been told that my matchup is relatively good. I feel less strongly about that, but I feel like he made a bunch of really conservative plays that didn't get him that much. Obviously the Sableye having Feint as its only attacking move really kind of put itself in the back. GG's. The Omastar miss, was that impactful? So Omastar was always dead there. The only difference was what, I got Sharpedo out earlier? So Sableye wasn't dead. But I was always going to be hitting it with something, and it's not like Sableye was particularly useful. Or, if I wasn't hitting Sableye with something, I was going to be doubling the partner Pokemon. And that's not ever going to be better for them. I guess, if it was Hippo, it could have been annoying, but just annoying. Just having a Pokemon I can disrespect entirely. Alright, so we're gonna VC. I'm gonna join. Hey, James.
Hey.
How,
I can't hear you. Hold on.
You can't hear me at all?
See if it's on my end.
Okay. But hopefully he can hear me soon. I mean, who would want to be deprived of my lovely voice?
Oh, okay, I hear you now.
There we go. Okay. So, I had a couple thoughts.
Yep. Alright, well, let me start recording here real quick.
Okay. I didn't stop recording. This is still just
fair enough. Alright. We're doing it live. Alright, well, I've leveled up by 1, so I stop and start my recordings now.
I mean, I've stopped and started my recordings, but that's only because like one of my mates was like, "Oh yeah, I gotta go for like half an hour."
yeah, right. All right, so we're up and rolling here.
Yeah.
Man, oh man.
So.
Let me send you my my paste here real quick, so you can
I'll send you mine as well.
Take a look at it.
So I have two very specific thoughts that come to mind.
Okay. What are they?
One is that the Sableye did nothing, and the other is that the rest of your team was really slow, except I guess that Noiva. So the Sableye could set up the speed on Omastar, but as long as I was keeping rain up, the Stoutland was too slow, the Hippo was too slow, the Boldore was too slow, so the Sableye support for them was never that relevant, and then the Sableye was mostly supporting physical attackers, so it wasn't as relevant for the Noiva and the Omastar, which were your fast Pokemon.
Fair. So in the world where things work out, I am not afraid. I am not afraid of Defiant on Thundurus. Don't get psyched out by you saying switch in your Intimidate Stoutland, and I just Leer and Explode on turn 1.
Leer and Explode. But,
yeah, Leer and Explosion.
But I doubled the Boldore. Oh no, I didn't double the Boldore.
No, you didn't double the Boldore.
I went for Rain Dance and protected
you went
Sharpedo. For... That would have been better for me.
Rain Dance.
I didn't want that. My Thundurus was a dead slot half the game. Wasn't it?
Well, but then I get to bring... Then you have a dead Thundurus. I get to bring in Stoutland and switch in Hippo and kill something else. the next turn.
Okay.
With my Sandrush dog, and then we're looking great. And who knows if that game 2 was salvageable after that miss? But I mean,
look, I think
that's the game we play.
I don't think it was really salvageable after the miss. Though I think you played. Understanding now that the Neuburn was choice specs, which I don't necessarily understand as a decision. Clearly
So
you
it was
just predicted me bringing rain, so we should have run hurricane.
So I'll tell you about the choice specs.
Okay.
Neuburn was Como until I realized that version of the team just straight loses to Surf-Edged. And so I switched it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I switched for Neuburn, and then that Neuburn was almost Scarf Neuburn to be faster than Rabombi and KO with Air Slash.
Okay.
But then the Air Slash isn't strong enough to one-shot the Surf-Etched. And since that was the whole reason I brought it, then it needed to be strong enough to one-shot even a bulky Surf-Etched.
Yeah. I have to say, I was surprised by Boldor getting OHKO'd.
You thinking, like, predicting Sturdy rather than Sandforce?
No, I was predicting max HP. not just Spit F.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, it'd be a bit of both, right? Sturdy obviously is. I figured you kind of would go either or, right? It feels like you kind of were like, oh, I want it to be strong, but then also, I feel like you kind of have to make a decision of either investing in attack or letting Sandforce make up for the fact that you're investing in bulk.
That was also a calc consideration for explosion. I was gonna look like an absolute genius if I hadn't chickened out.
Sandforce was
on my explosion
for explosion.
No. Brave and max attack.
Right. Yeah. Well, I was just saying that since you were the Brave max attack, it probably made more sense to go Sturdy. Yeah, because I guess it is only boosting Rock Blast anyway.
Yeah,
and even if it is boosting more than Rock Blast,
that makes sense.
It doesn't matter that much if Boldor is getting OHKO'd. Whereas I think the main advantage Boldor has is the fact that it often cannot get OHKO'd. But yeah, I thought Rain Dance was relatively good prep into the team. I don't know if Surf-Edged wound up being good into the team you brought.
The version, was it Scrappy or Steadfast?
It was Scrappy. Steadfast gives me +1 speed if I get flinched, right?
Yeah. So Scrappy Surf-Etched gives you 4 super effective close combats into the team I brought.
Yes. But it's also slow. And the set I brought is slower than, I think, even your Hippo.
If it's negative speed, it definitely is. Because I was...
neutral.
My Stoutland was meant to be just faster than fast Surf-Etched outside of sand.
Yeah.
Because with a Leer, Play Rough is my other one shot onto it.
Makes sense.
So,
normal move is interesting.
I had super effective on all 11 of your Pokemon with those 4.
I've clearly done something wrong. Wait, all 11 of them?
All 11
I guess
Pokemon.
I'm not really respecting Rock Tomb.
It was a KO. So it was a KO with the sand, like with Sand Chip guaranteed onto Rabombi.
Oh, okay.
Which is all I really needed it to be.
The Thunderous,
right?
Also.
Yeah.
Is the main
thing.
The
Thunderous.
It sucks. Yeah. Post return. So last gen, I don't know if you played competitive last gen. From what I understand, you're newer to Gen 8. There used to be a 102 base power normal type move called Return.
Oh, I've been playing since 2014. When was Gen 6 like regional decks? The first Gen 6 even. 2013? Whenever that was, regardless. But yes, I'm well aware of my favorite move in the whole game.
Yeah, 2014.
Return. Yeah.
Yeah, no, so I had to explain it to someone before, which was sad. But obviously I shouldn't have as much with the older folks. But yeah, Stoutland I used to have a lot of respect for when it had Return, and now it scares me less. But I still prepped hard for it. Like Rain Dance was mostly for Stoutland, but it was also for Sharpedo.
Sure, yeah, totally. Totally. I was thinking probably Grass Knot would have been your deal with Hippo on Thunderous move rather than Weather Ball, but I do like Weather Ball.
Weather Ball's funny. So
yeah, because if you lose the Weather War for whatever reason, you can, then it's Rock type and you can kill a Noivern or something like that. So it's still good in either case. Yeah, totally.
Also, it's in Sun.
This was essentially the team I was expecting, right? I was expecting one of your 2 Rock types, one of your 2 Water types, depending on whether you wanted Intimidate or not.
One of my 2 dragons.
And yeah, one of your 2 dragons, probably Latias, because
so the team started
Flygon,
with Thunderous, Sharpedo, Rebombi, and then I just kind of added the other Pokemon on.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That said, Latias and Lycanroc was my only mon besides Aggron, which already is sturdy, which could really use a Focus Sash against Hippo.
Sure, yeah.
That's why I had Focus Sash, but I couldn't afford Endeavor, Protect, Edge, Accelerock, and Play Rough, which meant I didn't have Endeavor, which makes the Sash less good, but still fine. Obviously, you had Faint on SABLEYE, so that Sash wouldn't have done that much anyways.
But
yeah.
Team sick.
I don't think
well done.
For a team that was really strong into it, by which I mean I didn't respect the Noivern at all.
Yeah, when you taunted the Noivern twice, I was like, oh, he's got me on supportive Tailwind for sure. So I was like, let's just get some damage in when I can.
Tailwind, Sunny Day, Taunt. It's got a million annoying moves, and I figured
totally.
Okay, well, my loss condition here is Hippo becoming faster than my team, so I don't want that.
Which was never going to happen between it being slow and its boosting move being Curse, but
no. I also didn't calc how much it was taking from Weather Ball initially, which I would have realized it was max PF.
Yeah, totally.
But I hadn't necessarily been thinking about the defense drop when I was like, wow, this Hippo is doing a decent modicum of damage.
Oh, the Leer? Yeah, having to throw crunches into Thunderous was also not necessarily the plan.
It's not exactly the same as Stone Edge now. What were you supposed to hit Thunderous with then? The Rock Tomb or just
other Pokemon? I mean, I had three other Rock moves. Right? I mean, ostensibly, yeah. In a world where it doesn't have Weather Ball. But
or Grass Knot.
Or Grass Knot. Or Rain Dance.
Yeah. I mean, even with Rain Dance, right? If it was Rain Dance and then just Thunderbolt, and I'd Protect over the Weather Ball.
Yeah,
exactly. Is interesting. What was the thought process there?
The thought process was this was originally what was it in an earlier version of the team? It was Ice Fang. Yep. And then
it was we had just seen Kano bring Bandit.
Yeah, and then later it was Ironhead.
Okay.
Which also doesn't really deal with the Thunderous, but is another thing that can kill Rebombi. And then I replaced the Ironhead with Curse because Hippowdon was pretty passive. It was kind of just sitting there.
Yeah.
And turns out it was kind of just sitting there anyway.
I don't know if you necessarily won even with that Meteor Beam hit game 2 because you still lost the Omastar there.
Yeah, I don't know either. So turn 1.
If I'd had to bring Surfetched, I think it was Surfetched or Lati. I don't even remember which of my other Pokemon I had in the back. I'm sorry. I remember game 1 it was Rebombi. I don't remember whether it was Surfetched or Latias I had in the back. I was considering both of them. But I still had no extra mon.
Was Thunderbolt killing an Omastar?
Let me look at your Omastar stats. 76 HP. I would assume so.
Yeah.
Thunderous is an okay guy. I'm not massive on Thunderous. I think people generally understand. I don't think it's particularly strong, but that's still an Omastar, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was killing it anyway. So it was just going to be a 1-for-1 Rebombi for Omastar, and then
a good mon to take out, but
to get rid of. Yeah.
Wound up doing that much, probably because it didn't hit the field game 1.
Yeah. I could have pointed the Meteor Beam at the Thunderous too and gotten rid of that, but that might have been a better play anyway. But
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah,
It's
I mean,
like-
we
it's
can
like- I
what
can't
if
talk
all
to-
day, but
Both of them were pretty scary for you. That was why I
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
relating them. And I thought
Yeah.
both of them were able to clear whatever the annoying thing was, so that Sharpedo could be in a strong position. And I do think that was still true. I feel like
Ooh, speed swap. I like that.
yeah, well, speed swap was actually for if you brought Trick Room, I could speed swap Hippo or Boldor.
Oh, that's rad.
Yeah,
The
I thought that was really cool. Piece
the
of crap.
offensive speed swap as debuff. I like that.
Yeah, and you can also use it like with Surf Fetched, obviously, but I didn't wind up doing that. But yeah, I was relatively worried about the Trick Room options. Like Life Orb Rebombi does not do that much, and the fact that I didn't have like Crunch on Lycanroc or on Sharpedo or Dark Pulse on Sharpedo was like, okay, well Uxie just kind of sets up Trick Room. Also because I forgot after week 1 when I tried to do the same thing, Latias doesn't get roared this format.
True. Yeah. Does it get Whirlwind though? It doesn't get either one.
It doesn't get Whirlwind in any format as far as I'm aware.
Oh, I thought it did. Oh, well, regardless. Yeah, I did have Uxie initially, but then that got replaced with Omastar.
I mean, Omastar was definitely threatening,
but
it should have just brought Swift Swim and hard called it.
Yeah, I should have just
known. I was bringing rain.
No scoped it from a mile away.
Mm-hmm. When I saw Omastar game 2, I'm like, oh no, I can't click rain nets. No, I was like, because the other move I had been considering on Rebombi was Energy Ball, and I was like, oh no, I'm really annoyed about the fact that I wound up bringing Speed Swap over Energy Ball, because obviously calling Omastar is one of the best ways to deal with it. And I kind of thought that meant that the last move on your mon might have been rain, but then you fainted it, which was funny. It was good prep.
Yeah.
Omastar's it's a pretty funny guy, but Meteor Beam and no Power Gem.
Yeah, well,
Doesn't love Power Gem.
Yeah, Power Gem is not that strong.
Yeah, it's funny.
I was happier with just plus 1 water and ice was getting everything except your water types for neutral.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I imagine. Yeah, Sharpedo was living 1, and Quillfish probably lived 2 or 3. But no, it's crazy because I think I said in my prep, I'm expecting everything except a Molga or Omastar, and the Omastar wound up coming. The only reason I wasn't expecting Omastar was because I just thought Boldor was better of what Omastar was.
Oh, yeah. Sure, yeah.
No Tentacruel was crazy, no Komoa was crazy. I understand the whole process behind the Uxie, but yeah, no Tentacruel, no Komoa. That's
Yeah, the Komoa I was gonna bring was a Clangorous Soul, or Clangorous Scales, I mean, Throat Spray. Or no, I switched Throat Spray for Life Orb because it was better in cases when I didn't want to Clangorous Scales, and the difference when I did Clangorous Scales was only like a very small fraction.
Okay.
So.
Sorry, Clanging Scales is like the
Omni boosting.
No, Clangorous Soul is the Omni boost. Clanging Scales.
Oh, Soul, yeah. Who can keep track of which one is which when you're not actually looking at it to click on?
Both
but
and I wasn't sure if you were like, oh, I brought the Spread type Dragon move, because that is also a sound move and boost you.
Yes, I did also bring this. I did also bring that. It was or would have. It was Aura Sphere, those 2 moves, and Protect with a Life Orb. Okay. And I think it was like max speed, max HP, or something like that.
I think Throat Spray makes more sense when you're not using the Omni boost, because Throat Spray still triggers off of the Spread move.
Off of the scales, yeah.
Yeah, which is cool. But yeah, ultimately, I don't know. I'm starting to feel like my team is more top heavy than I wanted it to be, because I keep bringing. Like all 3 games, I brought Latias, Lycanroc, Rebombi, and Thundurus, which are my first 4 Pokemon.
I mean, if you got good Pokemon, bring a good Pokemon, right? The dirty wins count just as much as the style wins.
I want the style wins.
Yeah, well.
Sharpedo was my style mod. One of my plans here was to bring respect to Sharpedo's name, and I do feel like I've brought at least some respect to Sharpedo's name. That said, no KOs with Rebombi is a sad, because I am trying to get up on the kill leaderboard with that too. Maybe I need to try and bring respect to less Pokemon's name at one time.
The other thing I'm mad about is on turn 4 of the second game is the double up into the most obvious Protect of all time. doubled into your Sharpedo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure Specs Air Slash was doing a ton to my Spidef Thunderous.
Well, it was doing more than it did into a Protect.
Why Air Slash at that point over Dragon Balls?
So the Air Slash was I pointed it at the Rabombi to kill the Rabombi.
Right, you did.
And
I was thinking, okay. Before I figured out that the Sableye was Sash, I was like, okay, the Noivern is Sash or Roselli Berry, and it's going to click Tailwind, I'm going to be sad.
Nope, it was Choice Specs,
and it would have just died.
To deal with the Surfetched. I never saw either game.
To be fair, I think I might have had it in the back, but I also might have had Latias. Lycanroc did not wind up coming.
Yeah, my team was prepared for Lycanroc.
Absolutely.
Yeah, between Body Press, High Horsepower, Stomping Tantrum, and Scald.
I don't know why
What's that?
Bulldog didn't learn Body Press, but I thought it did.
Oh yeah, it does.
Because I remember looking at it and I'm like, wow, this one would be so good if it got Body Press, but I thought it didn't, and I just don't know why. What's the baby one? Roll and Roller? Does that one get Body Press?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Pokemon, and they learn a lot of moves, so
that's true.
Sometimes you don't know all of them.
I don't know how to spell baby Bulldog name.
ROGEN, blah, 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 more letters, R's and L's. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know either. All right. Well, I'm gonna
I still believe.
Shut it down. Sign it off.
You're gonna win the other 4 games, and then you're gonna win playoffs.
And still make it to playoffs.
You're gonna win.
Hey, I'll take that.
You're gonna win. I'm still holding out on it. You see,
still,
I beat
James,
you, which means
James as protagonist.
I know. James, you're not the protagonist. You're like the You're like the rival. You know. Not to me. I don't know who I am. Like Tay is the villain. You're like the rival. You're like the Gary Oak, right? Gary Oak became champion.
I mean,
first.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Also, Gary Oak was named after Miyamoto, and if I want to be named after one of like the dudes, if it's gonna be the Nintendo dude or the Game Freak dude, I'll take the Nintendo dude. He literally owns Game Freak.
That's a reasonable. It's a reasonable decision to make. All right. Well, good luck with the rest of your season as well. And you can help me with the other matches now that now that it's not a week where we're playing each other.
Yeah, I was okay, who can I ask for advice? Oh, Jordan. Oh, Jordan's talked to you. Oh, James. Oh, wait, no, James is already like who I play.
Yeah. All right. Take it easy.
You too.
See ya.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Look, it's been a really great series of games. Leave a comment down below about any plays that you thought I could have made differently. Obviously, I don't think I've played perfectly. I don't think James played perfectly, but I feel like we both played all right. Please help me stop bringing the same 4 Pokemon every game. Thank you.